Hi there, I'm Will Kidd, and I'm here to give you the video walkthrough for our February 15th and 16th, and now 22nd and 23rd estate sale here off Lovell Road. The first 2 days are by appointment only. We still have appointments open on Saturday. It's a very limited parking here, so we're just letting a few people in at a time. And the house is absolutely crammed with great stuff. So let's go in and start having a look around. We're going to immediately take a left and go into the dining area, and you'll see, to start with, look at the great dining suite. There's the dining table with the beautiful carved legs and the brace. As I come in a little further, you'll see the china hutch. Gorgeous front. It's got several kinds of wood in it. And there is the buffet. Now they all have this floral carving motif in it. And you can see the burl in this wood. An absolutely dynamite set. Up on the buffet, we have the first glimpse of several of the pieces. This family has a lot of Chinese and Japanese porcelain, much of it purchased when they bought out a booth at the Pan American Expo in 1900. So that was great-granddad buying out the Pan American Expo. This is another one of the family heirloom. This is ruby red glass, circa 1910. There's a lot of other really pretty glass. This is the Furio set. You may have seen it on the listing. But it's a really pretty, it's actually a very expensive set, and it's cool, and I've got the whole set for just $100. There's also, you'll see down here below, just glassware galore, servingware pieces. This is a rose pattern china set here that was grandma's. There's a whole heap of books in the house. This is the first shelf where we've managed to stick a few of them. I'll spin around here, pardon, we've got things leaning everywhere still, trying to get the place ready. This china hutch here has got a lot of beautiful crystal in it. I'm going to step up and open the door. One of my favorite collections in the house is the crystal knife rest. You just don't see many of them at all, much less a whole flock of them in one place. These two pieces over here were not in the photo gallery, but they're among the most expensive pieces in the house. You need to take a close look here. These are also from that expo, from the Pan American Expo, purchased. The family lore says, although we have not able to authenticate this, but the family lore says that the Empress of China ordered these made for the expo. And they're absolutely knockout. This one I'm focusing in on here. You can see the bat motif there on the top of the leg. This one is red teak, which is a very rare wood to get a hold of now. So it's a very expensive piece. This one is a rosewood, which is a real dark black. And it's magnificent carving on that thing. There's several little other little small Chinese pieces there, and then we've got these. Another niche the family was into. They were big supporters of the Foothills Craft Guild, so there's a lot of local artists, including those who made these cornhusk dolls. So I passed through the next room. We're going into the kitchen now. I've got a closet crammed full of silver plate, and there is some sterling in here. This is one of the highest end pieces from the Pan American Expo. They're pedestals, and they've got just very old, well, relatively, we can't say it's very old, but to me it's really old porcelain. This is again circa 1900, late 1800s. Coming into the kitchen, standard kitchen stuff. We've got glassware, collectible pieces, there's Coke stuff, and there's more dish set. There is all your good cookware. Got a couple of great vintage mixers over there in the back, and glassware galore. If I'm gonna head back down this way, we go past a motherload of cookbooks. It should be interesting for you cooks. And there's one of the old Hamilton Beach blenders. And I'll go into this corner room, find the light as I get here. This is the laundry room. Washer and dryer are for sale. And this room, just because it had a lot of shelving, it just became the overflow for one of the just massive piles of, just packing box after box after box to get this house ready. So it's a mismatch of everything that was small and in various boxes that we could fit onto just space, everything from a fairly new Mickey Mouse telephone to some 1906 patent kitchen scales, whatever you need. There's Tupperware. There's the whole little collection of Santa mugs down here. A whole shelf full of your little figurines. Here's the Harper Men's Bible Club photograph. On we go. There's a papier toile piece that's a really neat, like 3D thing in a frame. All right, I'm gonna head out. We're gonna go into the garage. Those of you who saw the video preview, the first one, are gonna go, well, they didn't do anything in the garage yet. But the fact is, we took everything out of this garage, we sorted it, and put it back in according to category, but you still can't hardly believe that we did anything. Well, there is an aisle, which is an impressive new feature. You can actually walk down the middle of the garage. You couldn't do that before. This enormous pile, which I'm trying to get to some perspective, it's, you know, 14 feet long. It's 3 boxes wide and 3 boxes high. That's all Christmas and seasonal decoration. Over here, I've got all Halloween and other seasonal decorations, but mixed in, you'll see, like, check this out. Here is a really cool child's toy. Look at this old little tricycle type deal. And the Atari is in this, and there's Christmas trees in it, and there's roller blades in it, and on it goes. There's 4 or 5 boxes over there in the dark, which we haven't even managed to get into yet, which is part of the reason why we decided we're just gonna have to sell this for one weekend and then unpack the rest and then sell it again. Here's some of the big pieces Christmas-wise that were just kind of, as we were going through the pile, you got everything, Star of Bethlehem, Christmas figures, musical pieces, and then there's a big old doll house here in the corner, which I'm not sure I ever got in the photos. And then all your standard Christmas sort of large figurines, nutcrackers, angels, Santas, snowmen, talking Christmas tree, all this stuff basically well kept, put out for a year or two at Christmas time and always stored in the box. So you just got tons of this stuff, and what you see out here is replicated 4 or 5 times more in all these boxes in the rows that I showed you. Underneath, these are categorized differently. You've got 4th of July, St. Patrick's Day, and that sort of thing. This is the bed, golden black bed that's you'll see the rest of the bedroom suite upstairs. And I'm gonna try and peer into the corner. Let's see, this is a really unusual item. Look at this, these are wooden skis, and they're like 7-8 feet long. And as they come down, next to the wooden skis, you're gonna start to see, if the lighting is any good at all, that we have the large bogan enlarger, and there's a second enlarger. Here is a ton of the photographic paper, and up underneath the table where it's pitch black, there's 3 or 4 boxes here, and there's 4 more underneath the house. All your handy dandy storage or darkroom equipment that's been stored away in boxes for who knows how long. Plenty of kitchen goods here. There's all your box full of metal trays and everything. On this wall, still got a little bit of organization to do here, but tool guys, come with your wives. You know, you make an appointment at this sale. Your appointment's for your car, so you can bring people with you. The car is the limitation, but we can fit a few more people than cars we have in the house. So great fun stuff for guys to pick through. And again, this is like 7-layer dip. You come for the first appointment, you think, hey, you're golden, but if you come for the last appointment, you're going to find stuff that you never knew was here in the beginning because the house is just so full. Okay, we're going back. Take out of the garage, in through the kitchen again. And then we're going past the kitchen. We're doing a loop here around the stairway, which is in the center of the house. I've got a round oak table and chairs covered up with a couple more sets of dishes. On the opposite side here, I've got a handy little baker's rack. This one's kind of pretty. It's a little like distressed wood, not distressed wood, distressed metal with wooden shelves. Lots of pretty decor. You know, this is one of those houses where if you're collecting really rare stuff, you can come, but if you just need, you know, a nice set of wine glasses, you can get that as well. So here we've got some of the interesting primitives, which we'll see in the house. There's some wood. Here's a couple of my favorite pieces, the cast iron door stops and the birds. Backlit, sorry about that. Keep on trucking, and we've got the chargers and all your fondue pots, etc. Over here against this wall, this is a super piece. This is a Vose, and I actually call this a parlor grand, or I called it a baby grand piano, but it's a parlor grand. So a little bit bigger, and it's a beautiful cabinet on it, and it was well maintained by one of the guys that tunes for the University of Tennessee. It's a beautiful piano. All the actions and all the keys work, but it does need a tuning. There on the bench, you'll see a couple of quilts. There's probably a dozen quilts in here, and some of them are rare, and many of them, according to the family lore, are quite old. In other words, going back into the late 1800s even. There's a clarinet and a violin here. And here on the floor, this is one of the camphor wood lined trunks. from China with the beautiful carving on it. Again, presumably this piece is circa 1900. That's a gorgeous trunk. There's a curious little bear here. I think this is one of the North American bears. Let's see if he's got his name on it. Bear-a-trooper, right? So North American bears has all these cute little names that they have. And there's 2-3 dozen of the North American bears, as well as Gund and everybody else that you'd like to have. Over here, I've got the stereo equipment. This is the Alexandria Oracle. That name's not showing up. Look that turntable up. It's pretty high money. There's a bunch of albums here as well. And then I've got several disasters happening in the background. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's Ron working. And all kind of more of your collectibles, antiques here on the table. This is some of the fine glass. Got a lot of really pretty crystal pieces. There is a punch set, American Fostoria. You've got carnival glass here. Another bunch of books here, bunch of good old ones. And I come around here. Here I've got the Remington statues. A little bit backlit, but the cool thing about these is most of these statues were limited edition reproductions given to donors to the Cowboy Museum, who one of the members of the family was instrumental in opening. Then coming across the table, I've got your camera collection, including like these old wooden box cameras. Check this bad boy out. You've seen box cameras. This is major with the bellows. That's the old-timey cowboy movie type camera. So great stuff there. And a couple of the Daisy butter churns over here on the side. And on it goes. Let me come over here and just show you that this box here it's about 7 layers deep in there of just costume jewelry. I've got it sorted and just laid out in there in boxes, and it'll come out and go into checkout. You'll be able to see it out there. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm almost at the top of the stairs here, and you can see the beginnings of the book collection. Almost this entire collection of books here at the top of the stairs, and it's not just that side of the stairs, but this side, several feet wide, many feet tall, and it expands on the floor and other bookshelves throughout the house. This is all mystery novels. This is one of the great prizes in the house. This is the 95-96 Lady Vols team. It's called Seeking a Winning Fortune, and you can see them there with a bunch of fortune cookies. It's all the ladies on the team, every one of them signed, and we're going to sell this one to without any reserve to the highest offer we get during the weekend. That'll be done by silent bid. Now we're in the master bedroom now. We got rid of the king size bed so we can make this work here. Lots of great vintage clothes. There's a whole ton of purses. There's more on the ground. There's a real cool sort of mid-century long dresser right there with 2 mirrors on it. We've got a little bit more costume up here. There is your giant thing of scarves. There's gloves. We've got more purses and shoes in the closet. There's a couple of nice bedroom chairs, wicker type items. Great hard shell luggage here. This is a brand new set. And here is a round rack all the way around of really great quality women's clothes in good condition. Lots of sweaters, lots of nice pieces. There's a bookshelf here against the wall. This one's full of good little decorative items. And going into the bathroom, where I forgot the light, sorry, is another closet full of clothes, hats. Got a neat set of belts here, and there's a couple octagonal tables and all your good ladies' bath items, toilet items, I should say, perfumes and the like. There's one of these, one more of those 110, 120-year-old Chinese carved tables, just to give you a look at that rosewood piece. And I go back out. Oh, I'm passing this up. I'm going to back up and show you this. I've got this whole bedroom suite. I showed you the bed briefly in the garage. This one, the front has been painted, but it's sort of a black and gold. This is the wardrobe, and in the craft room I'm going into next, you'll see the rest of it. And I think we're going to run into Jeannie here digging away. This room's been the bane of our existence. We've staged it 3 times. We've purged it. We've put everything back. We changed what's in here, and we're still working on it.
I actually got to vacuum.
Yay, the floor's clean. Here's Jeannie. So one of the things the lady did in this house was make these type of Christmas ornaments from Christmas balls. So there's a truckload of these Christmas balls and glue guns and glitter and all the sort of things that you use to make that. And also we have a beautiful antique art easel here. I think this thing's a knockout, and there's some blank canvases for you. All manner of little storage bins and things like that. This would make, there's 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 sewing machines in the house.
Yeah,
Most of them Singer.
Work.
G says one may not work here. And then but I've glimpsed over it. There's the nightstand, if you can see that at all, the black and gold one, and the chest of drawers and doors here against that wall. So there's a whole bedroom suite. It's just in 3 different rooms in the house. Closets are full. Jeannie's gorgeous. She's running away. And more crafty stuff, books, on and on it goes. Now we'll go back in here. This is what we called the bear room, because you can barely fit. No, because it's just full of bears. Look at these things. I'm going to zoom in here on these guys on the end. These are